Welcome back to Let's Talk Knights. It's been a while, hasn't it? As it's been the off-season, I kind of stopped towards the end of last season as we were just unbeatable in many aspects and it was getting quite boring. There was nothing to really talk about as such. Coventry was a blast. Really enjoyed that. Had a great time there. Met some great people. We won that as well on that weekend, so that was a fantastic weekend. And overall, it was a fantastic end to the season. And also, maybe I wasn't enjoying it as much as I wanted to, or getting the content out that I wanted the way that I wanted it to happen. But now we are here and we're ready to rumble for this next season coming. And I thought we'd just do a little video on our re-signings, who we've signed, as we have signed 3 imports for this upcoming season, and they're all new, so that's exciting. So I'm going to do this in 2 parts. Part 1's going to be the forwards. Part 2 is going to be the D-men, and I'll throw the goaltenders in there with the D-men because it makes sense. So first of all, we have Cole Shudra. He has re-signed for the 23-24 season. If you didn't already know that, but he was one of the early ones, so I'm sure you do. And I think this is a perfect signing for the Leeds Knights, as he's going to cause waves as he always does, and hopefully he can get another 100-point season. But with him being rounds of like Matt Haywood and Kieran Brown, I'm sure he will. So next up, we have Matt Haywood, the man himself. He had a great season last year, and he certainly came on leaps and bounds after Grant Cooper left the Knights to join the Belfast Giants. And I'm certainly happy to see him back as a Knight, and I'm sure he will have a fantastic season, as well as Cole Shudra will. So then we're moving on to Finn Braden. So happy he's back and he's not on a 2-way with the Billingham Stars, as he can now progress into the NIHL star that he is. And with the likes of Cole Shudra around him, Kieran Brown, even Ollie Endicott can help with his physical play. I'm happy that Finn's going to have these people around him that can help him develop his game, and hopefully he will become a little bit of a goal-scoring machine as he moves his way through the season. So moving on, should we go with Ollie Endicott next? I think Ollie's got potential, but he does need to up his points production, which is fine. He's young, he's got plenty of years on his hand, and he's got the people around him to make him better. Again, Shudra, Brown's another one. We've got Haywood. That will help Ollie become the player that he needs to become. But I'm not panicked because Ollie is physical up in the offensive end, and he sets up a lot of chances for the big lads that need to score the goals. So I'm happy with the return of Ollie Endicott. Next, we've got Ethan Hare. I did a TikTok on this, and I like Ethan a lot, but I need him to show me a little bit more this season. As I always say, I just want a little bit more from him. I want to see him at least get a 20-point season. And I think with Hare, I think he wants that himself. I think he wants to up his levels every season. And I see someone say on Twitter that he's been upping his levels every year. So this year, why don't you try and go and get 20 points all round and see where you go from there? Hare. But I'm happy with that enough. He's a decent third-line player. And if he does hit that 20 mark, like I've been saying, it's a perfect way to return to the Knights. So who have we got next? Let's go. I've got the massive list here, so we're just going through the list as we go along. I think that is pretty much everyone. We've got Brown, who was already re-signed for the 2 years, so yeah, perfect as usual. He's the best sign that we could possibly ask for. He is the Knights through and through. So now we're going to go into Matt Barron. He's exciting. He's our new import. He's been playing with the Riviere Lions. And what do I think he can bring to the Knights? I think he can bring experience of playing over in Canada and America. And I think it's just perfect in the sense that if you need someone to come from abroad, it's a Canadian imports always seem to be the better ones, as they play in the higher division of a league. And if he's dropping down to the NIHL, no offence, I think he'll score a lot more goals and get a lot more assists. So then finally, this is our last one, we have Josh Adkins. He's been playing down under for the Newcastle North Stars. And I think Josh Adkins will add that experience, that depth that we need. And he probably will be a goal-scoring machine, as he has played at higher levels. And I believe if you've played at a higher division in the past, you're going to rip up the NIHL. And if you don't, well, I think you're doing something wrong in your own game. And I think these two, in Adkins and Barron, will cause problems for all teams across the board. So that is the forwards. I'm very excited for all these re-signings. I think they're going to set the league alight. And I'm not panicked about any of the people that we have re-signed. And I'm not concerned at this moment in time. I'm very happy with that forward line. It's coming along very nicely. So if you want to catch the next part, that'll be in part 2, where we'll go through the defenseman and see how that is shaping up. But as I'm sure you all know, it's shaping up quite nicely. So thank you for joining me on Let's Talk Knights, and hopefully you can join me again. And thank you for listening.